Up next, how much fluoride is in San Diego's drinking water? What we uncovered, and how much does it take to be considered unsafe? Plus, a new tool in El Cajon lets people track police activity in real time. And $30 for disabled parking will tell you if this is even legal. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Netta Irampour, and here at CBS 8, we are working for you. We're getting to the bottom of problems you've asked about, and we're looking for solutions. So we begin with questions about San Diego's drinking water. Ever wondered about this? Well, there is growing concern nationwide over levels of fluoride in our water. It's been a controversial topic for years, but recent studies have made a connection between high levels of fluoride and a negative impact on children's health. CBS 8's Shannon Handy is working for you and shares what we learned about levels here in San Diego.
Nearly 3/4 of the U.S. population receives fluoridated tap water from community water systems. But a report by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services found a link between fluoride levels and lower IQ in children, raising a lot of questions. For nearly 8 decades, fluoride has been added to public water supplies as a cavity prevention strategy. While fluoride can be found in many sources, such as toothpaste, drinking water is the main source for Americans, but there's growing concern over what level is safe, if at all.
Well, most of the health impacts.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President-elect Donald Trump's nomination to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, says Trump will push to remove fluoride from drinking water on his first day of office, citing its negative effects. It follows a report released by the National Toxicology Program in August, which determined with moderate confidence that there is a link between higher levels of fluoride exposure and lower IQ in kids. That report was based on studies conducted outside the U.S. and listed higher levels as being 1.5 milligrams of fluoride per liter, more than twice the current recommended level in the U.S., which is 0.7. Very little research into fluoride has been conducted in the U.S. Now that's changing.
Even though the targeted concentration is 0.7 milligrams per liter, that's not necessarily what everybody is getting.
Dr. Ashley Mallon is a professor at the University of Florida. She teamed up with scientists from UCLA and USC to look at how fluoride exposure during pregnancy affects children in the U.S.
We didn't just look at fluoride in drinking water, we looked at fluoride from all sources.
That includes certain seafood, pesticides, pharmaceuticals, and tea. Based on analysis of 229 mother-child pairs in the Los Angeles area, the study found that each 0.68 milligram per liter increase in fluoride levels in the pregnant women's urine was associated with nearly double the odds of their children having neurobehavioral problems.
Anxiety, emotion dysregulation, headaches and stomach aches, even symptoms of autism spectrum disorder by age 3.
Dr. Mallon calls the results concerning, saying more research is needed. So what are the levels in San Diego? Through a public records request, we found since 2019, levels have risen on average from 0.49 milligrams per liter to 0.72 in 2024, slightly above the recommended amount. This year, the highest level, showing 1.11 milligrams per liter, was recorded in August in San Carlos. The lowest level, 0.227 milligrams, was taken in April in Kensington. The variations raises questions about the consistency of fluoride addition and monitoring in the water supply. We reached out to the city. A spokesperson told us San Diego started adding fluoride to its water in 2011, explaining public utilities adheres to state regulations which limit fluoride levels in drinking water to a maximum of 2 milligrams per liter, with 0.7 being the optimal level, adding the city has a robust water quality monitoring plan, including daily fluoride monitoring to ensure we meet all state and federal drinking water standards. Since fluoridation began in San Diego, the city's fluoride levels have remained within the control range. In September, a federal judge ordered the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency further regulate fluoride in drinking water, though it's unclear what action they'll take. Meanwhile, the American Dental Association stands firm, saying water fluoridation is safe and beneficial to oral health. Shannon Handy, CBS 8.
A lot of interesting findings in that report by Shannon. If you would like to read more about fluoride in San Diego's drinking water and check water levels in each neighborhood, you can find yours there. Go to CBS8.com, click on the online version of this story. If you want to know what kind of crime or police activity is going on near you, the El Cajon Police Department trying to make it easier for people to get that information. CBS 8's Alex Lai working for you. She introduces us now to Citizen Connect.
Citizen Connect allows you to see closed and active police incidents right in your neighborhood and across the city of El Cajon.
It really is a specialized product, kind of like handmade for our agency and our community.
The city, seen as a map on this website, shows the general location and reason for calls made to the El Cajon Police Department.
You can focus on a certain part of the city. You can focus on certain days of the week that you wanted to see.
Lieutenant Keith MacArthur says the site can filter different types of calls for different days.
If you were interested in whether or not there had been a bunch of vehicle thefts or burglaries in your area, you would be able to just pull that specific information to help you find what you're looking for.
The tool is meant to keep the community up to date and answer questions from residents.
We got a lot of requests for people that they would call and say, hey, why is the helicopter flying over my house? Or what's going on with the 9 police cars down the street?
Resident Amber Valentine is familiar with Citizen Connect.
There was an accident that looked like a bad accident by my house, and so I wanted to know what was going on, and I checked and I looked.
So far, she's a fan of the program.
I think it's great. As a mom, I have 3 children, a grandchild. I think it's important to know what's going on around you.
Wow, that's so cool.
And so is 8-year-old Addison.
It's really good for people because, if you don't know what's happening, you could just check the app and they could just show you.
You can find a link to Citizen Connect in the online version of this story at cbs8.com. In El Cajon, Alex Lai, CBS 8.
Hey, it even got the attention of that 8-year-old. And now the holiday season, it is filled with festive events, so many traditions that span generations. And December nights in Balboa Park, one of the biggest events of the year in San Diego. But a viewer spotted something that did not look right. We know parking is always a problem for December nights, but you might be surprised to see parking spots for disabled drivers costing $30 a car. CBS 8's Jenny Day reached out to the city to find out who's behind the charge and if that's even legal.
I watch your broadcasts, and I know that you do work for people.
Ron McKenzie, CBS 8 viewer and Balboa Park walker.
I don't see why it can't be free.
Just yesterday, he noticed these signs saying it'll cost $30 to park at December nights in both the general and closer ADA lots.
And as you get closer to the actual event itself, parking here in this lot behind the Comic-Con Museum is going for $45.
I'm an advocate for the community as I can, and I see injustice like this, and I speak out.
He says the price is simply too high.
What came to mind is this is just wrong.
McKenzie is recovering from an Achilles injury, so has a temporary placard and now a greater appreciation for those with disabilities.
Personally, I think that a discounted fee for the handicap would be a reasonable middle ground.
I reached out to Balboa Park, San Diego Police, Elite, ACE, the City of San Diego, and the American Disabilities Act to find out nothing happening here is illegal. It's true people with placards don't have to pay for meters, but special event parking is different.
The city's answer is to ride a bus. They provide a shuttle bus, and I have other friends that are handicapped, and the thought of them getting on the bus, getting off the bus, riding the bus, that is just not going to happen, and so they're excluding access to this population.
McKenzie's accusing the city of being greedy, but the city tells me the money generated from parking goes toward putting on the otherwise free public event. The city says there's no profit. It all goes toward things like security, restrooms, and cleanup.
I've been in years past when I was not having an injury, and just loved it. Yeah. It's a wonderful event.
Working for you in Balboa Park, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
And coming up next here, have you visited Lake Miramar recently? Many people have noticed the water level. It's very low. We'll tell you why and when levels could go up. Then later on, imagine working for the U.S. Postal Service right now. We'll show you what it's like to work behind the counter during this busy holiday season.
I came to fish and saw that it was drastically low.
Yeah, look how low that is. People are reaching out to us with questions about Lake Miramar and why the water level is so low right now. CBS 8's Brian White working for you to find out what's causing this significant drop.
A lot of people come to this lake to take a walk or get in a jog or get in some fishing time. And one question on everybody's mind is, why is the water level so low?
I noticed a couple weeks ago when I was here walking around the lake that the water level had gone really low, and I was wondering what's going on. I was confused as to why that was happening.
Robert Ross here is not alone. A lot of other people are wondering the same thing.
On the other end, you see this big sand area, and I thought, what the heck? So I walked and I noticed it. It was so disturbing to me.
And Eric Holt's been fishing here for 50 years, and even he was stumped.
I was shocked a little bit. I mean, reservoirs go up and down, but I've never seen Lake Miramar this low before.
The water level dropped 13 feet. You can see here the boat launch ramp is closed. The water's just way too low for that. So what's the reason? I reached out to the City of San Diego's Public Utilities Department. They say it's due to a combination of construction projects by the San Diego County Water Authority and the city, including maintenance at the Miramar Water Treatment Plant and an emergency repair at a valve station downstream of the San Vicente Reservoir. Because of all this, they had to use more local water from Lake Miramar for drinking water production. And now that they're all done, they've started filling it back up, and it should take a couple weeks to return to normal.
Well, I'm glad to know that it's in the process of being filled back up.
Well, that's good to know, because every day I come and I think, has it come up? I don't know.
Even the ducks have noticed the drop. They have to walk a little further across the rocks to get back in the water. And as for Eric, he says the fishing's been good lately. Caught 10 in one day, but he's looking forward to the water level coming up again.
Yeah, things will be back to normal, and hopefully I'll catch some fish then.
At Lake Miramar, working for you, Brian White, CBS 8.
So many more rocks exposed. Those ducks have to waddle along. We now have an update to a years-long landlord-tenant battle between SeaWorld and the city of San Diego. They have now settled their lawsuit in which the park was accused of not paying more than $12 million in rent, fees, and interest to the city. As part of this settlement, SeaWorld will pay the city $8.5 million. It will also provide complimentary season passes to San Diego teachers, one free admission each year to active duty military and veterans, and 1,000 tickets that the city will provide to local school districts for them to do as they wish. The settlement is expected to be finalized late next month. President-elect Donald Trump has pledged big tariffs on the United States' largest trading partners. So coming up here, the appliances you may want to consider buying now before it gets more expensive. Welcome back. The holiday shipping season is in full swing. Long lines at post offices are becoming the norm these days. But have you wondered what it's really like behind the counter? CBS 8's Abby Black got an inside look, trading in her reporting duties for a postal clerk's uniform for a day.
If you plan on shipping your gifts this holiday season, did you know that you are one of 5.2 billion packages and mail that have been sent out just this holiday shopping season through the post office? So how do they do it?
Mountains of packages, endless lines, and stress that could make even Santa sweat. Today, welcome. I'm about to find out what it's really like to be on the front lines of holiday shipping.
Are you ready to be a clerk for the day?
Yes. I'm trading my microphone for a Postal Service uniform to see what really goes on behind the counter.
So now you're official.
Lead sales associate April Abington teaches me the basics.
Okay, first you want to greet them when they come in. Type in the zip code, ask if anything's liquid.
Keep an eye out when you use recycled packages.
A few of her boxes, it has an old label on the box. She would have to cover it up all the way.
And remember, size matters.
I had a question, April. Yes. So it's not always about weight, but is it about the size of the package too?
If anything over 12 in length, it starts to charge a surcharge.
Let me tell you, this is not as easy as it looks. Every package is a puzzle. Every customer has a unique request, and there's a constant line, so be prepared.
I'm shipping early. Now I can go play.
For those keeping track, here are the crucial shipping deadlines. Domestic ground is December 18th, priority is the 19th, and express is December 21st.
This is the time that we can connect families across our country. To get something in your mail is just so special.
Linda Vista's post office isn't just a workplace during the holidays.
Welcome to the post office. How can we help you today?
Auntie Jane is mailing packages to Virginia, Indiana, Colorado, Arizona, and Florida.
It's a battlefield of parcels, priority mail, and patience.
Is 8 days okay?
The postal workers handle this chaos with incredible professionalism.
Wait, like this? Yes. So we'll do from and to here.
Jane Cahill showed up without addressing the 5 packages.
Didn't know quite exactly what to do, and I didn't want to mess up a box.
What looks simple is actually a complex dance of logistics, customer service, and rapid problem solving.
We want to get them under 5 minutes.
One thing's certain
do you think I have what it takes?
Postal workers are definitely on Santa's nice list this holiday season.
I think you have what it takes.
Now back to my reporting duties.
You have a smile and you focus.
In Linda Vista, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Nice job, Abby, and thank you to all of our postal workers. President-elect Trump campaigned on raising tariffs as a way to boost manufacturing in the U.S. and negotiate with countries to help secure our border. CBS 8's Anna Laurel working for your wallet and found out if you think you might need a new appliance in the coming year, you might want to buy one right now.
Now, there are all kinds of end-of-the-year sales, but manufacturers have already told appliance dealers they're raising prices in the new year in anticipation of possible tariffs.
All stainless steel interior, LED lights on the interior. And this produces 2 types of ice.
Johnny Archuleta is a top salesman at Appliance Alley, a locally owned appliance store for nearly 30 years. He says he has the best prices, but if tariffs hit, you won't feel like you're getting a deal.
Especially from Frigidaire, Whirlpool, GE, those major brands are definitely going up 5% in the new year.
He says manufacturers have already told dealers prices are going up 5 to 10% as of February, no matter what.
If tariffs are implemented, that it could go up to 30%. We've heard from about 50% of the manufacturers that things are going to be going up.
Already. They're already preparing for the tariffs.
They're bracing for it.
President-elect Trump wants to impose a blanket tariff of 10 to 20% on all imports, an additional 60% or more on goods from China. Economists say you, the consumer, pay that.
I think some of the things that Trump is proposing are going to be reflected in the prices that people see at their local Target and Walmart.
Kyle Hanley is an associate professor of economics at UCSD's School of Global Policy and Strategy. He says Trump thinking consumers won't pay higher prices with tariffs on imported goods is wishful thinking.
That's not what happened with the multiple rounds of tariffs that the first Trump administration put on China and put on multiple countries with respect to aluminum and steel. We know those tariffs got passed through to consumers.
A recent study focused on middle-income households indicates Trump's proposed tariffs could cost more than $2,600 a year. So if Trump's tariffs go into effect, these goods will also get more expensive. iPhones and other smartphones, vacuums, hair dryers, gaming accessories, portable electronics, shoes, toys, and building supplies. As for appliances, are there any that are American-made?
Blue Star, American-made. Speed Queen, American-made. Vikings out of Mississippi. But the parts are acquired all across the globe.
And those parts are about to get more expensive, too. At Appliance Alley, this is Anna Laurel for CBS 8.
Thank you so much for joining us.